Hello everyone, I am Michelle and I live in Northern Illinois Zone 5. Today is part 2 of installing our cottage garden that we're putting up next to my big red shed. I did get a lot done today, at least I thought I did. I worked alone today. Tomorrow I'm going to have some guys helping me out, so we'll be able to finish everything up. So I thought I'd take you through and show you what I got done. So come with me and let's check it out. All right, first thing I did was I leveled in this beautiful arbor from Plow and Hearth. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I did anchor it in the ground. I did secure it with rebar and zip tied that rebar in. Once the roses grow in, you'll never be able to see the rebar. But what's really cool is we will be putting in these David Austin Lady of Shallot roses, or maybe it's shallot, I'm not sure which is the correct pronunciation, but these are that beautiful apricot peachy color. They're going to grow about 8 feet, so they're going to grow up each side and then intermingle. Oh, I can't wait till these grow. I am taking a little bit of a risk though, because this is clay soil. I am going to amend the backfill and put some gypsum in the hopes that these will take and do well. So keep your fingers crossed that they will take and I don't lose them. We'll see. But that's what we got done right there is the arch. Okay, that wasn't the only thing I did. I also started the path that we're going to do that's going to lead up to a fire pit. I am lining the path with these granite boulders. The path is 4 feet wide, so I had to dig out a little trench on each side, put the boulders in, and then I lined it with sand so that we can put big pieces of gray flagstone down, and then in between the joints we will be putting pea gravel. So I got, I don't know, about halfway, and then I went and got another pile of boulders. You can see them over there, so that I can do the other half. Okay, well, this was the big thing that stopped me. So this is a great big pile of sand because I did have a pool on this tarp last year. This is about 4 skid steer loads full of sand, and I'm like, oh, I don't even want to tackle this. So I'm going to wait till tomorrow when I have other guys to help me, because I bet you between the 5 of us, we can clear this in 20 minutes. And then we'll continue on with our pathway. We got our rocks right there. We'll continue on with the pathway. It'll curve this way, and then it'll curve this way, and it'll go to the fire pit, which we have dug out a big trench. That's all there is right now. But what we're going to do is we compact in gravel, and then we build the brick around on the gravel, and it makes a fire pit. So the fire pit itself is only 56 inches from one end to the other. And then I don't know if you can see the white circle on the outside edge there. That is the circle that will enclose the fire pit, where we'll put the brand new red Adirondack chairs. Aren't those great? I love the red. And that will be filled in with pea gravel as well. So we'll have this distinct separate area from where the mulch is, and we will be lining the outside edge of that circle with my favorite, the gray Catalina edgers. So we'll be using those to make our circle. Isn't that great? All right, I got one of the gabion pedestals made. I made this one with inverted tomato cages, filled it with rocks. I got a glass piece to put on top, and then I potted up some potato vines that I'm going to be putting on top. I also have all of my material to make the table. That's a gabion table with a glass top, and I'll show you how to assemble this one tomorrow. So I've got my boulders, and I'm going to be using peony cages for the next one. Okay, so when I did my garden tour, I did have arborvitae here, and they were really struggling. They all croaked. They ended up not recovering. I pulled them all out, and I've decided to do the Arctic Fire red twig dogwoods instead by Proven Winner. One, they're going to get about 5 feet tall and about 4 feet wide, and they are going to get that beautiful red stem in the winter, so I'm going to have great winter interest. And I can cut on them if I want to. There's 10 of them here in this row, and so we're going to plant those all in. So that's going to be our hedge on the outside edge to create a little bit of privacy. Okay, I did get my Royal Frost birch in the ground. So this has got that beautiful purple foliage. I did a double trunk, so that way I've got a wider tree. These are going to get about 30 to 40 feet high and about 25 to 30 feet wide. Going to give me that beautiful blue, not blue, it's going to give me purple, but the leaves are just absolutely gorgeous. I love this tree. Okay, these are the pavers that we put in last year, and those are the doors that open to the big shed. But you've got to have some shrubs in your garden so that you can create some blinds. At least I think you do. So I've decided to put a beauty berry here. It gets the pink flowers on it, and then it's going to be loaded with little pink berries all over it. So that's a beauty berry. It's going to get about 6 feet high and about 4 to 5 feet wide. And then I have a wine and roses woodgillia here. Now this one has got that mix on the foliage that's kind of a purple and a green. Isn't that great? And it's also going to get those fuchsia flowers late spring, early summer. And it's going to get about 4 to 5 feet high and 4 to 5 feet wide. So it's a little bit of a step down from this one, but they're two different colors, different leaf structure. It'll create a little bit of a blind right here so you can't see right into the fairy garden, right into the cottage garden once they kind of grow up a little bit more into full size. And then I left a little pocket right here for perennials. Now, the one thing I haven't made the decision on is what I'm doing right here, like to border the front. If I'm going to use boxwoods or if I'm going to use a fence. I'm still on the fence as far as what I want to do with that. So I'm probably going to put everything in and then maybe make that decision this fall or maybe next year, maybe live with this for a little bit. I also have to transition this area because I want to, if we back up here, see all the lawn, but it's still pretty narrow through here. And I want to be able to marry this bed here to this bed here. And see, I have a path here and I want to continue the path so that it meets this bed over here and then landscape all through here. And I think this is going to be mostly trees and things and shrubs. So I have to figure out how I want to marry those two together. Another beautiful shrub that we're going to put in here is going to be one of our Mops Fall Cypress. This gives us that beautiful chartreuse color. This one's going to get 4 to 5 feet high and 3 to 4 feet wide. So again, it's going to create another one of those little screens. Now here we have hibiscus that I put in last year, and in between them, that's where we're going to put hollyhocks. So we're going to have those big, tall hollyhocks right there. That's going to be absolutely gorgeous. And then we'll have this that creates a screen kind of at a bend in the path right here. It's going to like curve in and kind of, that's going to fit right in that curve. On the other side, on the other curve, we are going to be doing an ornamental crab. It's got persistent crabs on it that are really super red, and it gets beautiful fuchsia flowers on it in the spring. This is the Indian Summer. It is going to get, let's see, what does that tag say? 20 to 25 feet wide and 15 to 18 feet tall. So it actually gets wider than it does tall. And it's going to create beautiful shade for us, and it's going to provide refuge for the birds and food for the birds. So I'm loving this tree in here. I will also be adding some ornamental grasses. This is the Cheyenne Sky. I'm going to be placing one right here. And then I have another one that's going to be kind of back there behind the chair on the other side of the circle. And you can't have a cottage garden without roses. At least I don't think you can. So I'm going to use the Oh So Easy roses. This is the Italian Ice. It's got a nice soft yellow center. It's got that blush pink and white. So it's a really pastel rose. It's from the Oh So Easy line. So they're disease resistant, easy to grow. Now here I will have to probably treat them for Japanese beetles by using a synthetic insecticide that will be in the fertilizer. And what I do is I sprinkle it around the plant, water it in, and then it grows up through the plant, and then it kills any bugs that try to eat it. And it lasts for about 8 weeks, so you have to do it a couple times through the season. But I'm going to plant 2 of those. I have one on this side of the path, and then I have another one on the other side of the path. Oh So Easy Italian Ice. I will also be putting in another woodgillia. This is the Spilled Wine, same family as the Wine and Roses, just a small version, only gets 3 by 3. So I'm going to tuck that in. That'll be the next layer down from the boxwoods. And then again, there's little areas throughout where I'm going to be tucking in perennials. I just don't know where all of them are going to go yet. I will actually figure that out after I get the main structure done and the bones put in. Then I'll figure out where the perennials are going to go. Of course, every garden has to have your personality in it. So here are the pots that we dipped yesterday. I love the blue ones. The green ones I wasn't loving, so I re-dipped them again with a darker green. So I'm liking them a little bit better. They're still not my favorite, and I might totally switch them out to a totally different color. But for now, we're going to leave these in here because we already planted them up. And we have a tarragon in this one with some arugula. We planted some bachelor buttons in this one. This one has an Italian leaf parsley, and we planted some of the salad bowl lettuce, the red salad bowl lettuce. And then this one we planted some zinnias. So they're all planted up and ready to go into the bed. We'll stage these over by the Adirondack chairs. Now this pot is going to go up on the gabion, and I'm hoping that I've got enough time for it to really grow and drape. And I used the purple little blacky potato vine, and so I'm going to fertilize it like mad to get it to drape and grow. I think it's going to be fabulous over there because there's a lot of green, so I think that purple will draw your eye through. The other thing is you can't have it without some art. At least I don't think so. I'm adding some galvanized metal. I've got 2 lanterns that I'm going to stage probably on the other side of the chair. So one chair will have the pots and the other chair will have the lanterns. Now this is galvanized metal, and I'm actually going to drive stakes through the bottom to hold them in place so they don't fall over. And then I have a moon sun galvanized art here that I'm going to hang on the shed itself. And I picked the white because I think that'll show up well against the dark red of the shed. All right, got my Biotone starter fertilizer. Got my garden gypsum because this is a great soil conditioner for improving clay soil. And I've got my rose and flower food plus systemic that is going to be for my roses and shrubs to keep people from, or bugs, not people, but to keep the bugs from eating them. All right, got all my perennials gathered and ready to go. I've got 2 of the Heliopsis here. I've got the Sunstruck small ones here and the Tuscan Gold here. I'm also going to be using Rebecca. This is the, oh my God, which one is this? Oh, I remember. It's the American Gold Rush. It is the PPA 2023 plant of the year, or perennial of the year. All right, then I've got some white swan echinacea that I'm going to be putting in. I've got some Magnus echinacea that I'm going to be putting in. And I've got the Playful Mama. I love this one. So this one is the one that is the raspberry in the center, and then it's got like that melon color, orange color here, and then the tips turn white. So Playful Meadow Mama. I love saying that. That will be that one. That's the shorter one. And I think every cottage garden should have yarrow. This is the summer pastels. It's going to have the light pink, dark pink, white, and yellow. Absolutely gorgeous. And then here I've got some Rembrandt Veronica for a darker purple color. This will have to go in a more protected area because it can't handle hot afternoon sun. But I'm sure if I put it like against the, kind of more towards the shed or underneath one of the trees, I think it'll do just fine. All right, I have to put Bella Lugosi daylilies in. It's my favorite daylily. I love the winey plum color and that deep yellow throat. It gets about 2 feet tall. I'm only going to put in 3, but I love this daylily. All right, then there's Agastache. This is the Blue Fortune. This is an herb along with a beautiful flower. It's going to bring in all my pollinators, the hummingbirds, the bees, the butterflies, and I can eat the leaves or steep them for tea. And last but not least, I have hollyhocks. These are the hollyhocks that we started in the pot bottles, the 2-liter pot bottles way back in March. And we moistened the soil, we put the seeds in, we threw them outside and totally forgot about them. Then we opened them up towards the end of April and I potted them up in bigger pots, and I've been watering them and keeping them alive ever since to go into the cottage garden. These won't bloom until next year, and I will probably do the exact same thing next year because hollyhocks are a biannual. So they're going to grow this year but bloom next year, and then the parent plant dies. But we hope that they throw their seed all over. But just in case they don't self-seed all over like we want them to, we will hedge our bets and do this exact same thing next year and cycle a second year in as well. We also have lupins, and so I have no idea what color these are. I don't remember, and I think it's a mix, but we're going to put the lupins in as well, and I do have a few delphiniums. All of these were done with the winter sown method. And the last thing I have are some rescue peonies. I have a Scarlet O'Hara that's not looking that great, and a Duchess D Numores, which is white. The Scarlet O'Hara is red, and we cut them back. I don't know, I might put them in the garden. We'll see if I have room for them. And then I kind of have a surprise one. I don't have no clue what color this one is, which one it is, and even when it comes out, I still might not know which one it is. I'll either like it or not. I don't know if these will go in or not. I don't know if I'll have room, but I brought them over just in case. Okay guys, that's as far as I got today, but I thought I made pretty good progress considering it was like a scorcher out here today. I know I had to go inside like 5 or 6 times and just stand in front of a fan and fan me. It was so hot and I was dripping and I had like a headband on and everything. But I thought I got a lot done because, you know, it takes a long time to get all of your stuff in place too, you know, all of the supplies that you need. And so I had to gather all that up. I got it over here. I got the arbor in, I got the birch planted, I got the path started, I got some of the trench dug out around the area for the fire pit. So, you know, I thought I did okay all by myself. So I'm gonna have guys tomorrow. I'm excited about that. And we will hopefully finish tomorrow and I'll capture as much as I can. So that is part 2 of installing our cottage garden. I hope that this inspired you to maybe want to plant a cottage garden, or maybe do something different in your cottage garden, or maybe just create a little something somewhere and you just want to plant something. So I'm Michelle. Thank you so much for watching. If you have not subscribed, please do so. Also, like our videos and click the notification button so that you know when they come out. Leave your comments because I love to hear from you guys, and share with your friends. So that's all I've got for today. We'll see you in the next video. Keep on gardening and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye everybody.